Welcome back. You're watching Choice 2017 here on KTN News. We are speaking about the politics of Wajir County. We're asking you about the development record of the county government of Wajir, headed by Governor Ahmed Abdullahi. Before we get into that, let's take a look. Let's give you an overview of how Wajir County looks like in terms of the political leaders according to the 2013 general election. That is in this week's edition of Vote Basket. Let's take a look at how many in terms of the population in the county of Wajir, according to the 2009 national census. Wajir County has 661,941 people. That is according to the census. Registered voters in that county is 118,091. That is the key figure. That is what they will be fighting for. Now, in terms of the constituencies, there are 6 of them parliamentary units. Wajir North has 15,000 voters. Wajir East has slightly more than 19,000 voters. Tarbaj has more than 16,000 registered voters. Wajir West, 23,097. Eldas is the smallest in terms of the registered voters, has 13,086. Wajir South is the largest in terms of registered voters, has 30,256. In terms of the elected leaders in the county of Wajir, of course, Governor Ahmed Abdullahi, elected in 2013 on an ODM ticket. We have him in studio with us tonight. We have the Senator Abdirahman Ali Hassan, also elected on an ODM party ticket. In terms of the elected leaders in the National Assembly, the county woman representative is Fatuma Ibrahim Ali, also elected on an ODM ticket. In terms of the parliamentary representatives for the county of Wajir, Wajir North MP is Ibrahim Abdi Sane. Wajir East is represented by Abbas Sheikh Mohammed of URP. All the 5, most of them are ODM MPs. Tarbaj Mohammed Ibrahim Elmi, ODM. Wajir West MP is Abdikadir Ore, also an ODM member of parliament. Eldas MP is Adan Kenan, also elected on an ODM ticket, as is the Wajir South MP Abdullahi Dirie. In terms of the presidential voting patterns in 2013 in Wajir, Uhuru Kenyatta received 49,712 votes. That is 50% of that vote. And Raila Odinga got 38,927. That is 39% of the vote cast. That is how Wajir County looks like. That is the vote baskets. Political pundits have said that Wajir County is a swing county or a battleground county, one of those that two sides of the political divide will be fighting for. Before we get back into the development record, do you think Wajir is a battleground county?
If you're talking of the presidential vote, I guess yes. Although I would want to make a correction. I think based on the facts that I have, the figures were interchanged. You know, the 39% was for Uhuru Kenyatta and the 50% was for
Raila Odinga.
For Raila.
Thanks a lot. And
the votes that we are battling for will not be the 118.
All right.
Because after the registration, we're looking at about 160,000 thereabout.
Which is figures before they were updated by IEBC.
Yeah, because that was, I think 118 was the closure of the election register prior to the 2013 elections. Now we're talking of about 160 thereabout, which is a significant growth in the registered voters.
All right. Let's talk about, let's go back to your county government. We have 10 minutes or so. A lot of questions have been asked about the sewerage system in the county of Wajir. Any person who has been to Wajir knows that has been a perennial problem. You haven't addressed that as a county government, have you?
You know, when people are opposed to you, it doesn't really matter what you do. The issue of the tarmac, I think, which is what you alluded to, it's not the only thing we've done. We have done work across all 10 departments, and we have something to show. And in fact, the areas where we've made the most significant progress is in the area of healthcare and water. But specifically on the issue of the sewer and the water for Wajir Town, because what people forget is that Wajir Town is the headquarters of Wajir County, but there are as many as 400 settlements in the entire county. And they all have a stake, and they all have problems that have to be dealt with. At the time that we took office, there was a project that was designed by the national government to do a sewer for Wajir town. It was not well thought out. It was a disaster, for lack of a better description, because the concrete piping that should have been the main were the ones that were actually, the ones that should have been to the households were made the main. And a lot of money was sunk into it, talking of about $1.8 billion to something by some estimates. And there was nothing achieved because a lot of those just broke down even before the project was commissioned.
So you trashed all that and started afresh?
So then there was the water project. I think there was an appreciation that before you could actually do this sewer project, you must have sufficient water to push that sludge and that, sewage, really. The town is on a high water table. It was an oasis. It's dependent on shallow wells. That's the town, not Wajir County, because in the rest of the counties we do deep boreholes to the depth of 300, 350 meters. And over time, because this was not controlled, as people got, because those wells were initially shared wells, but as people got more affluent, everyone did a well in their own premises.
All right.
And we ended up with that 19,000 wells. The rate of discharge of water from those wells became higher than the rate of recharge, because this was a recharging.
So what does this mean then?
So let me get to the bottom of this.
Yes.
So, because this is one of the accusations that my opponents make, because they have nothing else to say about me. There was a project that was funded by the Dutch government for 3 billion shillings to move water from Habaswein to Wajir town, because Habaswein is sitting on a much richer aquifer. The idea was to do a number of boreholes, collect the water, and pipe by gravity to Wajir town. And then that will provide water for household and domestic commercial. And the water of the wells then can be collected or whichever way and used to flush the sewer.
All right.
This project did not take off because of our local politics. In the run-up to the elections, my opponent, who I suppose will be the major opponent again this time round, made that a political issue. He was saying, no, if this water is pulled from here to Wajir town, your wells will dry.
So, all right. So,
so the project didn't take off.
Because of time. In the run-up to the election.
The project did not take off.
Right.
The project did not take off. It was cancelled because the donor was frustrated. The feasibility study could not be done. And after the bizarre security incident we had at Garissa University, the donor cited security reasons and cancelled the project.
Do you have plans as a county government?
We wrote proposals to other donors. We had a donors conference, and we got further funding of 7 billion shillings approved by the World Bank to deal specifically with the issue of water for Wajir town and the sewer. It's been approved. When Mukhtar Diop, the Vice President for Africa, was here, he met us, he approved. The country director came to the ground, he approved. These are not monies that you can get from your equitable share, because your equitable share, which is the money that you have, has to do all these other things. It's got to pay salaries, it's got to do all these other things. So,
all right, final question.
Yeah.
Do you think you're going to go back? Are you going to be re-elected, or is this issue of the sewer going to
the issue of the sewer is a non-issue. The town has been there for the last 50 years. Yes, there was money that was allocated, but could not be used because the same people who were trying to take me out are the ones who frustrated the donor. But I have done my bit and sourced other monies, more than the one that was cancelled. And this project, in fact, in my view, is likely to go to advert even before the elections. It is a non-issue.
Thank you.
The other work that we have done on the ground, I believe, will reassure our election. If there is one governor
will be following
in this country who will be elected on account of what they've done on the ground, I believe it's me. Let's wait, God willing, see what happens August 8th. Thank you very much.
Ahmed Abdullahi, Governor for Wajir County, of course, talking to us about the county and northeastern general, the region's politics in general. Of course, we shall be keeping an eye on Wajir County, his county, what has been termed by political pundits as a battleground county. We shall see how that plays out, especially in the gubernatorial race. Remember, tonight we did invite two other aspirants for the gubernatorial race, Ambassador Mohamud, as well as Ahmed Mohammed, who is also vying for the governor's position. They cancelled in the last minute. This was supposed to be a debate of the county of Wajir. But that's where we leave it for this edition of Choice 2017 tonight. Many thanks for joining us. Be sure to join us every Monday night from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. as we discuss the big issues in the run-up to the general election. I'm Ben Kitili. Bye for now. Up next is Monday Night News with Yvonne Okwara Matwale. Don't go too far.